Hello guys, and welcome to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at a map called Rockwood. Now this is not your normal Farming Simulator 17 map. This is a timber only map. There will be no farming going on here on Rockwood. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look. Let's pull up the log. So we can ignore those warnings there. They relate to a mod that we have unselected. So the map loads up very quickly. No errors. So here we start in what looks like a lumber yard. We have a shop icon. So our shop appears to be right here where we start. So over here we have a simple storage shed for some lumber equipment or logging equipment. Some containers just as decoration. These pretty interesting log racks made out of logs themselves. That's pretty cool. So let's take a look at the map. So the map here looks to be like a half shaped of the main map area. There appears to be four distinct areas here and two sell points, and then of course all of this is a logging forestry area. As I said on the intro, there are no fields on this map, so some of these screens are going to be completely useless. As you can see, there's no fields. There are no sell points for crops. The only sell points are for wood chips and of course logs. There is also, I think, on the map a sawmill for making timber logs or lumber. So you can also sell that at one of those sell points. Here's our listing of the starting equipment. It all starts with 0 days and fairly low hours. So our starting maintenance fees are going to be pretty low. No need to take out a loan. There's no animals, as you can see here, to deal with. And as such, there's no eggs to worry about. There's no farm silo storage capacity to deal with. This is purely logging. So let's take a look at our starting equipment. So we start with one tractor, front loader, log arms, wheel loader, a bucket, pallet fork, and log fork, a small tipper for our wood chips, pickup truck, and then some timber equipment. We have our stump grinder, tree cutter, tree planter, our handy dandy Stepia log trailer with crane, and of course a chainsaw. So here we have our assortment of equipment under this shed. We have our tractor and our pickup. We have a space over here for fuel. There is some open areas here, so you could plop down possibly some smaller structures here in this main yard. And here we have a customization area. So our shop delivery point is right here in the main yard. Let's take a look and see what happens if we reset it. So the reset point is also in the main yard. It's just actually it's the same spot. I thought it looked like the icon jumped over to that location, but it appears to be the same spot. All right, let's take a drive up here through the wooded area, the timber area. A nice wooden fence lining the area. Let's see if we can make our way around down to this first cell point through the timber area itself. Looks like we have various areas where we have some clearing for you to do some of your clearing out of the logs. So it looks like we have multiple levels of terrain. We have a downed tree here. Looks like we'll need to take care of that before we go on any further. So here we have an opening up to the road, main road, over here to our cell point. This appears to possibly be a cell point for lumber, maybe, based on the lumber that's there on the side. And then we just have a parking lot here. Doesn't look like there's anything on this side of the road. Okay, the door does not work. So according to the map, I believe this particular cell point takes wood chips also. Okay, so let's go back in the woods versus driving on the main roads. So I think I saw another one of these structures over at the main area up in the woods, so we should probably see a couple of those. I call them deer stands. I think you can find them on the mod hub, the in-game mod hub, as something called a high seat. Alright, looks like this may be a dead end, but we will check it out anyway. Varying terrain here. This is a dead end. Let's see if we can manage to just scurry down this thing. have a clearing with a sunken shed structure. So under the modhub.us site, that's where I found this map. In the description, the author writes that there are approximately 4,000 trees on this map. So if you practice the clear cutting method, that's going to keep you busy for quite some time, I suspect. Another downed tree. And we can just drive around this one. So here we are at the main sawmill area. So here we have some additional lumber racks or log racks, a nice ramp, possibly to load or unload items off of a trailer. Some additional storage sheds here. This happens to be where our wheel loader and our wheel loader implements are stored. More storage sheds here. We have our diesel fuel. We can sell our wood chips, burn our wood chips there. And then of course we have our working sawmill here, where we put our lumber in on this side. We get what's called board pallets, or I'm just calling it lumber pallets or lumber over here, and wood chips. That is our fuel. I'm not really seeing the, here's our wood chips. Wood chip byproduct comes out of here. It looks like we start with 10,000 wood chips for our fuel. Let's look up here and validate that. Yes, so we start with 10,000 wood chips as our fuel, already full, already ready to go. So all we need to do to activate this structure is to plop some logs down right there in that area, and we will start making additional wood chips and board pallets. So let's run up here to Rockwood and check that out. All right, let's just for fun drive up through the woods again. So I like this area. It's it's wooded, obviously, but we also have vegetation on the ground. We have varying degrees of elevation changes and terrain changes. So the land's not all flat once you get into the woods. The creator of the map has definitely taken care to pay attention to trying to replicate real life, and that things will change in the forest. The forest is definitely not a flat area. So Rockwood just appears to be a lumber sawmill type town. Just some houses, nothing much there. We do have a lake over here. You may be able to, looks like you may be able to sell your logs here by just emptying your trailer into the lake here at this point. That kind of indicates that that is a log cell point there. So overall, that's the map. There's really not much going on here. It's a logging map exclusively. If you like logging or you want to kind of separate your logging from your farming, this would be a nice medium to small sized logging only map to work with. So I hope you enjoyed this map first impression video, and hope you come back for more. Until then, see you later.